Good morning, everybody. The Big R Solutions give you sports, give you news every Saturday morning and every Tuesday morning. We are looking at what is going to happen over the weekend. And tonight is no exception. But this morning, this afternoon, they play on Sunday, isn't it? For a change, playing on Sunday. Normally, Derby plays on Saturday. When is the Derby, guys? Is Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
It's a Sunday.
Sunday, which is unusual. I don't know how. Maybe Jake, you tell us why they decided to play on Saturday. On Sunday. If you have that information. And then I want to go out there and say to the viewers, thank you for keep on supporting us. And I must say heads off to Fraser. Fraser goes out and recruit fans for us and supporters for us. We really appreciate it. Please subscribe and like. And if you don't like, also indicate by clicking twice the like, then you know that you don't like. But at the same time, you need to comment why you like and why you. But subscribing is very, very important. And then we are not going to be strong if you guys are not supporting us. All right. And remember, we are sharing our views. And remember, no one can have a monopoly of news or knowledge. Everybody has knowledge and understanding. So we are not saying we know better. Maybe your views are much better than ours. Just give us.
Your phone is going to die.
Let's see. Let me see. Where is that? Maki, I'm gonna mute you because I can hear you. Or as you communicate to Humlim, get the charger in the meantime and put it on the charger so that it doesn't give you a problem. Now, as I was saying, we don't have the monopoly of knowledge. And guess what? You may know better than us. And hence we are saying, please assist us to give your views. And then because you know what? A person becomes an intelligent and clever by sharing with other people. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatse from the Big R. I'm not all by myself. I'm with Jackie Selematsela. Jackie, welcome to the show. Please just greet the viewers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dow. Thank you very much to my co-analysts as well. And I'd like to also greet all the supporters out there. We are happy to be back in the studio. And then we've got all the information that we wanted. And then we are here to share the good things. We always come up with all the goodies. We come in to share the goodies about the derby, everything that you were expecting. And we're definitely looking forward to the show. Thank you very much, Mr. Dawu. Come back to you.
You know what? We have the last born. Last born. You shock people by your insight. And I must say, people out there, this morning we wanted to have a feast whereby we wanted to have two Pirates fans and two Kaizer Chiefs fans. Guess what? Only Kaizer Chiefs fans responded. We don't know what happened to Orlando Pirates fans. Those who wanted to be on the show, we don't see them. I don't know whether are they scared or they don't want to defend their team. Maybe when we talk on Tuesday, they'll tell us what happened, if they'll be able to come. And when we analyze what happened over the weekend. Let me welcome Lastborn. Lastborn, welcome to the show. This is Tshepang Kgole.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Chabalala, and to my colleagues out there. And yes, to our lovely supporters, to our lovely Kaizer Chiefs supporters, thank you for joining us this morning. We hope to hear a lot from them and just to get an insight regarding tomorrow's match. Thank you very much.
And I hope Fraser is not going to accuse us by saying, and the Chabalala, you guys, you don't support Pirates. They're not here, I don't know. Maybe Bangena Manze Madu. Then they started to chicken out. So It's their fault. We have Mr. Mpyana, a Kaizer Chief fan. You know, Mr. Mpyana is a Kaizer Chief fan. Mr. Mpyana follow our show. Mr. Mpyana make. Really thank you, Mr. Mpyana, for commenting, because those comments help us to understand whether we are talking through the truth or not. Remember, no one is the master of knowledge. Everyone can give us knowledge. Mr. Mpyana, welcome to the show. Thank you.
Thanks very much, and the guests and the viewers at home. Thanks very much for having me.
There is Spha now has done the disappearing act. But it's fine. Maybe you'll come back. That's another Kaizer Chiefs fan. Now, Jackie, let's get started. Now, what are the news? This morning, guys, we'll be talking largely the derby. And then after that, we'll also, right at the closing, we'll then share information around the Messi special, the one that we always do. But before I do that, before I welcome Jackie to come in, Spha had done the disappearing act. Now Spha is back. Spha is a Kaizer Chiefs fan. Spha, welcome to the show and greet the viewers.
Hello, everybody. My name is Spha, and thank you for having me. And I can't wait to share my insight on the match that is going to be happening. The Soweto Derby.
A big one, eh? It's a big one.
It's a very big one.
Yeah. Jackie, come in.
Yes, my brother.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Tau. Spha, welcome as well. And
thank you very much.
Our viewers at home, we've got something very special for you tonight. Just for a moment, I'm going to start with some news, breaking news from Bloemfontein Celtic. It happened that there's a process that is called staff restructuring within the Bloemfontein Celtic team. So what happened is that the chairman, Mr. Max Chabalala, just welcomed new members to the management team. This happened after they've retrenched Mr. Congo. It looks like they had some differences with management, and then ultimately he was retrenched alone. And they call it the restructuring of the team in terms of management. So they replaced him with the following team members. They form.
Yes, first it could be network again, but while he's still sorting out
a management team, we've got Mr. Santi Mulale, who will be the general manager of
It's freezing.
Now, can you still hear me?
Yeah,
Can you still hear me?
Your internet is not stable, but start afresh because we lost you a little bit.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Is it clear now? Better. Thank you very much. Viewers out there, our apologies. This is technical. You know your technical glitches that are just happening anytime, any moment. So I was talking about the news that are taking place within the Bloemfontein Celtic camp. Some weeks ago, we had Mr. Konko, who was the CEO by then. He was suspended after suspension, and then he was retrenched. And then there is a process that they call restructuring within the team. So upon the replacement, they replaced him with new management team members are as follows. We've got Mr. Santi Mulale, who is the general manager, the assistant GM, Muiponi Mokoteri.
No, it's I think it's cutting.
Administration manager, and
you know what I'm gonna do, Jackie? All right, Jackie, this is what I'm gonna do. Jackie.
Also, and then she's the living Bloemfontein Celtic, and then you also get it makes sense, but maybe Celtic can be able to explain that further better because it's not clear to us. Anyway, that is what is happening within Bloemfontein Celtic. I know that Mr. Congo had a press conference today, and then he mentioned some of the things that he was not happy about. I know that he's also claiming some millions within the team. because there is what we call unfair dismissal that has also taken place within the team as well. There's so much that is taking place within our league, ladies and gentlemen.
Jackie, I'm going to ask you to sort out the internet.
It's so unfortunate that some of the things that are taking place, a former goalkeeper who took them to FIFA, they were supposed to pay him 3 million rand, and they lost their appeal as well. And then FIFA says they must pay that 3 million rand. And also they've suffered the very same fate of Kaiser.
Jackie, all right. You know what we are going to do. I think we'll continue the show, and then I want Jackie to sort out the internet on his side, and then so that we move on with the show, and then when we come back, he will tell us those news. Now I'm gonna go straight to what you call. I don't see Tshepang. Where is Tshepang? But I see Spha. I don't see Tshepang. Tshepang, oh, there you are. Now let's move on with the show. Tshepang, now we are going straight to the derby, because Jake, unless you've got some other news that we need to share. Tshepang. Jackie, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now, sir. So,
let's do this.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I wanted to say we are going straight to the derby, and then your news part, you'll deal with it towards the end, all right? And then I want you to sort out the internet.
Not a problem, sir.
Make sure that it's stable. Now let's go straight to the derby.
No, I think it's a network around here.
Tshepang, let's get started with the derby.
Yes, Mr. Chabala. Yes, thank you very much for the platform. We're focusing on the derby this weekend. Going to be a very interesting derby. Going to be the 100th Soweto Derby between Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. So it's really going to be interesting. Well, we hope that it becomes interesting. For us to be celebrating 100 years, would say, 100 game between Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs. So that's really a milestone. So we hope that both of the teams can come to the party and and just give us an entertaining game. A lot is expected out of both teams. When you watch the Soweto Derby, Mr. Shabalala, I personally, I'm a Chiefs fan, but I really don't care or mind whether Chiefs loses or not. It's really good when you watch a derby game. One team needs to come out at the top. One team needs to win. So that we know that we've witnessed a Soweto Derby, or any derby, or for what it matters. But we just want to be entertained. It's going to be tough. Again, watching a derby without the fans, and the players are playing without the fans around them. But it comes with character, not in the mind of the players, and it's up to them to just entertain us while we viewers are sitting at home. We just hope that they just entertain us. So I personally feel like it's going to be an interesting game. And to see the likes of Happy Kgole be playing in the 80th derby. So he'll be equaling Simphiwe Tshabalala's record in the Soweto Derby, most appearances in the Soweto Derby. So, which is good for a veteran like him still playing in the Soweto Derby in a big team. That says a lot. He is truly a good leader, and his character has really shown us that, and his character rubs off on his players also within the camp. So that will be very interesting. That will be very interesting. But nonetheless, I really hope one team wins the game, whether it's Chiefs, whether it's Pirates. But I really hope one team just needs to come out at the top, and we just hope to see more goals and an entertaining game.
But your heart wants Chiefs to win, isn't it? Your heart. All right, guys. I want to remind viewers out there to say we invited Orlando Pirates fans, and they had agreed. Those who wanted to participate, unfortunately, I don't know what's happening. They cannot come through. But nevertheless, we cannot stop. We need to move on. Mr. Mpyana, you are coming for the first time to this show. Like I said, we really value your support. You have been following us right from the beginning till to this end. Now, what do you want to tell viewers out there in terms of the derby? How do you see the derby? I know that you're a Chiefs fan. Tell us your analysis. And then I know that you wish Chiefs to win. But according to the facts, as you look at them now, what's your analysis?
Yeah, thanks, Ndade Chabalala. Once again, let me take this opportunity to greet viewers at home and greet everyone who's participating on this show. I'm a Chiefs fan, Ndade Chabalala, but according to some stats, have been stats indicated clearly that Chiefs played Pirates on many occasions. But if you check the way Chiefs are playing now, chances are very high that Chiefs is going to lose. I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm not going to take any side. And then if you check again, Coach Kevin Hunt confirmed that he will be without four key players, which are as follows: Leboham Manyama, because Manyama is saving 1 month, one match suspension. Leonard Castro is nursing an injury. And the third one, it will be Kama Billiard, has been sidelined since January. And Itumelo Mkhune is following a COVID-19 protocol after taking a funeral. So those are the key players. We are not saying we are relying on them, but if you don't have those key players that you trust so much, chances are very high that Chiefs is going to lose. And then you check on the league standing, Chiefs are on the 11th place with 20 points from 18 matches they played so far. And Pirates are in the 3rd place with 35 points after 20 matches. So then the way Chiefs are playing, I don't see them beating Orlando Pirates. But you know, in soccer, anything can happen. We are not writing them off. But the way I'm seeing things, I might be wrong. The way I'm seeing things, chances are very less for us to beat Orlando Pirates. And Orlando Pirates, obviously, they know how Chiefs play. So they want to beat Kaizer Chiefs. So that's my view. I'm certainly sure that we are looking forward to beat Orlando Pirates, but with the standard and the way we are playing, chances are very slim that we will beat them.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I see things.
Do you agree with Mr. Mpyana? And now Spha does that thing of the disappearing act. But Mr. Mpyana, you know, when it comes to derbies are unpredictable. And the history has shown that in most cases, the team that is an underdog prior to the derby, they end up winning.
Yeah, I agree with you, and Chabalala. Regardless of the derby, if you can check the way Chiefs are playing these days, I doubt they will come out of FNB victorious, because the standard has dropped very much.
Don't you think that the mere fact that the players will be knowing that we are playing the derby, that will motivate them, that will spare them, you know, that will energize them, you know, to say, you know, let's go out there and beat Orlando Pirates? Don't you think that would be the situation?
Yeah, they will have that courage, but since, like I've indicated earlier on, that we are not going to have 4 players, key players, which is Leboham Manyama, Leonard Castro, Kama Billiard, Dumelo Nkune. So yeah, chances are very slim. I know they're determined to win the game, but those are key players if you can check. Yeah, and it's confirmed by the coach that we are not going to have those players. So if you don't have them.
Yeah. Spha, do you agree with Mr. Mpyana that the absence of Manyama, Itumele Nkune and other players, Kama Billiard, Castro, will affect your team? Remember, Chiefs is your team.
Just in case we lose, that's literally my first excuse. That is my first excuse. I do agree with him. Just in case we lose. Yeah, I do agree, and I mean, Kaizer Chiefs hasn't.
That's gonna be your
case. That would be excuse number one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Kaizer Chiefs hasn't been performing, I mean, very well these days. I mean, I'm literally not looking forward to even watching the game because I know what to expect.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting Kaizer Chiefs to win. I'm sorry to the Chiefs fans here and out there. I'm not really expecting us to win this.
But because I'll pay more. Because
to be
now you are under the bus, guys. No,
I agree with you, because I'll pay more, but hey,
he's going. Ukozi alpela mandla. For me, I expect you to defend Chiefs all the way. I expect you to all the way. Tshepang,
but I would defend Chiefs if I know what I'm defending. I understand. I can't be defending something anybody else it won't actually succeed.
Yeah.
According to my stats, it's not promising. The majority of my games at Derby are always Salubini Pirates. So we'll see.
But you know what, guys? This is how I understand. This is how I understand derbies. Players, when they play, remember they know very well that they are not watched only in South Africa. Neighboring countries, even further up, they watch this game. So they know that they are being watched, all right, and millions for that matter. So players are geared up. And remember, the game is tomorrow, which is Sunday. So as I speak to you now, even today, the boys are itching to be in the field of play. Of course, just like Tshepang indicated that, unfortunately, they will be playing in front of the empty stands. All right, we don't know whether that will play a role, but this is a derby. This is a derby. Don't rule out Kaizer Chiefs. And while I'm still there, Mr. Mpyana, when you talk about Kama Billiard, I know last Tshepang we were talking that was Kama Billiard a good buy for Kaizer Chiefs? Secondly, Manyama, right? Manyama, for me, Manyama was good at Cape Town City, and then Super Sport at Kaizer Chiefs at the beginning. But recently, Manyama, his judgment, they worry me. When is he supposed to pass? When is he supposed to cross? When is he supposed to score? All those things, I see Manyama struggling. That's me, Mr. Mpyana. Tshepang, what's your take?
Mr. Chabalala, I was talking to one of my colleagues 2 days back. With Kaizer Chiefs, I could say as a whole, I feel this whole COVID situation has ruined that whole culture of Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
When Chiefs play any game, they'll play any game anyway. The amount of support that team would have would play a huge role in how Chiefs play. So that plays a huge role. So now coming back to, you don't have any fans at the stadium. And Kaizer Chiefs is known to have fans, supporters everywhere they go. And that plays a huge role in football. We just need to be honest with this. Even teams' performances. So when they say that the 12th man is is the man that we're talking about that are up there on the stand. Just chanting your name, just I'm carrying the team, making sure that the team spirits and morale is up. So I feel a lot of players ever since we started playing in this COVID 19 situation, this bubble that they're playing in for now, it has really ruined a lot of players. It's like they're playing preseason games, like their performances, like friendly matches. Players aren't up to their standards. Lebogang Manyama was a contender of player of the season last season when Chiefs were winning like nobody's business until COVID-19 happened. Well, then they came back and started playing within the bio bubble. All of their performances dropped. Each and every player. There was not even one single player that you could actually point out at Kaizer Chiefs that this player is kind of doing well. So I think with that also played a huge role. It's still playing a huge role even now. I don't know, players' confidence is just down. And looking forward to the derby, I could say yes, Lebogang Manyama, it would be good seeing him play. It was gonna be good seeing him play in the derby, but it's just unfortunate that he's not available. But what can he give Chiefs going forward? That's just something that we should start thinking about because his performance personally, we all can see it, we all know it. He also knows it himself that it's not up to standard. So regarding even other players coming into the derby, it's all up to them. I mean, when you see Orlando Pirates on form as they are right now, as a player, knowing that your team is struggling, when you are about to face a team that's on form, automatically, not 100% of those players will be mentally sharp, will be mentally strong, because you're already mentally challenged in a way that you are facing a team that's strong, that's on form. So they already killed the team's morale. That's the first thing. So now it's up to the player, the character that will carry them, knowing that okay, let's pull it together and let's just fight for the team. So yeah, it's very very difficult for Kaizer Chiefs. I think it's a mental game at the moment. When you play for Kaizer Chiefs, I consider each and every player a big player.
We just had Jackie. I wonder what happened again.
You can't play for the team knowing that you're not one of.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Shabbat.
Yeah. I see that you are also now starting to have a technical problem with internet. I'm saying Jackie was here. I don't know what happened now because I see he disappeared again. And I'm gonna try to connect with him on the site. But nevertheless, Mr. Mpyana, you mentioned something that Itumeleng Khune, his absence will affect. But here's my issue. Itumeleng Khune has not been playing for a while.
Yes.
And then there was this other goalkeeper who was there. So are you saying his absence was detrimental to Kaizer Chiefs? At some point, I know that the Chiefs fans were, they were after his blood, that he's old, he needs to go. So I don't know how that subject comes to play now, and then and say his absence will affect the team. I'm sure the team is now used to Itumeleng Khune not to be there. I don't know those are the questions that I'm asking.
No, you are quite right. It has been long for Itumeleng Khune to play, but just being there, if you know that, injury can happen in soccer. Let's say, for instance, the current goalkeeper get injured. Yeah. We know that Itumeleng Khune is there. But now, if Itumeleng Khune is not there, we start to be confused. Who's going to replace the goalkeeper? Because we know that the current goalkeeper, okay, I can say he's trying his best, but if there is no like a spare to give you a support, then you become vulnerable.
Who's the third goalkeeper at Kaizer Chiefs?
What's his name? I forgot the name of him.
Boma.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Is it Boma? Yeah, but his surname is Boma.
Boma, yeah.
But yes.
That's it. Okay. Now, Spha, you are also worried about the absence of the players. That is why they won't do well. Now, let's look at Pirates, guys. Who are the players that you think they are going to cause damage to Kaizer Chiefs? We know that we have Vincent Kgole, the boys on song, and then I don't know whether Mhango will play or not. We'll see that tomorrow when the coach comes up with his 11 players. Who do you think will be dangerous for Kaizer Chiefs? How do you see Orlando Pirates? Spha?
I didn't catch your question. Say it again because I'm losing you here.
All right. I'm saying in the Orlando Pirates squad, who do you think are going to be dangerous, or who do you think will be very, how can I put it? I want to use very decisive to ensure that Pirates win. Who do you think are the players who definitely decide this game?
There's Lodge. They are very dangerous and key players that Orlando Pirates have. There's Lodge there. There's Mhango there. So those guys are real strikers and they're very dangerous. And looking at the defense that we are having is a very big problem.
But you have a player like Thembinkosi Lodge. Yes, he's a good player. But you know what? These players, South African players, especially when they go to the byline, they want to score from there, which is a very difficult position to score, instead of bringing the ball inside. And if you compare our players with the players overseas, if they're on the byline, they'll bring the ball inside. So we still have those kind of problems. Although Pirates is on song, and the good thing about them, not only the striker can score now, striker can score, the guys from midfield can score, anyone can score. You know, one time we had Page Mahlangu here, who once said the teams nowadays, they don't play with out and right number 9. Which was the tradition in the past. So anyone they play with false 9, or sometimes they don't even have 9, 4-4-2, all right, instead of having 9. So I think Pirates also have their own problems. I hope we watch a very good football. Spha, I was asking you a question. I hope you got it.
I also hope, and I mean, the only thing I can do is hope. I'm not really confident on this game, but yeah, let's hope we watch a very, very good football, and yeah, hoping for the best tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, I can see. This morning we are struggling with our network. Mr. Mpyana, you heard what I said. So
yes,
I don't know what you want to say on what I said. Tshepang, if you want to comment on what I said, you can come in. Let me allow Mr. Mpyana first to come in.
Thembinkosi Lodge is a good player, so he's playing very well.
But we don't
he's
see.
A man of his.
Yeah, now we see.
Can you see me now? Yeah. Okay, I'm saying Thembinkosi Lodge is playing very good, and then he's a man of his style. So the way he plays, I think if Pirates can start with him, so chances are very high that obviously they will win, because I trust the way he plays. He plays very good. So yeah, to have a man like him playing is a good thing. If they can just start with him, I'm certainly sure that they will come victorious.
Now, there's this thing, guys. I don't know whether there's this thing that we hear a lot of coaches are talking about. They say you win a game from the defense. If you are closing the door, normally the team that wins the league is the team that is being scored or is conceding less goals. Now, let's look at the defense of the two teams. Which between the two teams has a better defense?
Certainly, the momentum is all with Bucks. After losing 3 times to Amakosi last season, I believe now the table have 10. So if you check this season, Pirates, they've won 3 on 3 occasions. So yeah, they are going to do good because on the MTN 8 semi-final last year, they did good. So Chiefs' chances are very slim that Chavala.
That's it. You've thrown in the towel. It will surprise you. It will surprise you. Don't throw in the towel. You need to spare the boys. You know, Arthur Zwane and myself, we have a very good relationship. I'm not going to throw the towel. I'll lift the flag. I'm not a Chiefs fan. That one, you know it. I'm not a Pirates fan. That one, you know it. But I see the Chiefs guys now, you know, giving up. Tshepang, you have also given up. I thought you'll support. You know, guys, we're going to be more motivated because the Pirates are not here and say we are going to kill them. I hope Chiefs guys, management, or they don't hear what you are saying. Say, hey, they don't, you know, they have thrown the towel even before we start playing.
No, but Mr. Shawalala, so sorry to just disturb you a bit. I mean, you know, with both defenses that you're talking about, I feel if Coach Kevin Hunt can get it right, Chiefs has the best defense compared to the two. Personally, if Kevin Hunt can get it right, you know, with Pirates at the back, there's a problem between Tyson Hlatshwayo and Happy J. That understanding has caused a lot of problems at the back when Pirates were conceding their goals in the past couple of games. You know, Tyson Hlatshwayo, I don't know, his lack of timing is just a problem. Like that understanding between the two hasn't quite connected. Hence why concede some goals. Not that they lose games, but they concede a lot of goals. So if Chiefs can capitalize on that, if they can get it right, I think they might come up with something and might cause an upset to Orlando Pirates. Because Orlando Pirates, they're going to dominate that midfield. Honestly, it's good that Thembinkosi Lodge is not playing. Just to remind everyone, he's not playing the derby, and Zakele Lepasa, they're not in within the Pirates squad. So Pirates don't have a solid number 9. I think the coach is going to play with their midfielders as he did in the last couple of games. So they might dominate the midfield and attack Chiefs through their midfielders. So those are the players that we should actually, Kaiser Chiefs should look forward to, the likes of Vincent Pule, Linda Mtambo, Ben Mutware, very, very, very solid midfielder. Yo Tshepang Monare. So those are the type of players that Chiefs must actually look out for because that's a strong midfield. So they have the strongest midfield out of the two teams. So Pirates is gonna come at Chiefs with that midfield. But if Chiefs get it right, they can actually cause an upset because Orlando Pirates defense personally is not solid. And you know, at a game like this, it will be quite good to have your likes of Itumeleng Kune. You know, Itumeleng Kune, Mr. Shabalala. He contributes a lot at the back. So with most plays, starts with him. So he's very solid at the back. So you know, having such experience and such a player that you know that he gives you that offensive display within the field really says a lot. So it's going to affect them a lot without having such a player. But it's all up to the team. If the coach gets it right, then I feel Chiefs might cause an upset in this game.
You know, when I look at yes.
I was not aware that Tshepang is not going to play, but I don't know which of the defenders they are going to start with. Like, I know they've got defenders like Happy Kgole, Thulani Tlhatswayo, Bongani, is it Bongani Sam, Innocent Maela, Ntsikelelo Nyaosa. So I don't know actually if they will be playing. So, but I know that the defenders, they don't rely on Lodge alone, but those that I've mentioned, I know they play very good. Those are solid defenders. So it's not easy to penetrate that kind of defenders.
All right. You know, when I look at the log, 21 goals has been scored.
Yes.
And then 15 goals has been scored against Orlando Pirates. There is not much difference. It's about 6 goals. And then that tells you something, that defense, both teams are not solid. And then in terms of the goal that they scored, Chiefs have scored 18. And then Orlando Pirates, so far, they've scored 24. Now, the difference is 6 points again between the two. Then let's look at the last 4 games, or 4-5 games. Pirates has won 3 games and lost 1 and drew 1. All right? And then Kaizer Chiefs have drawn 2, lost 2, and drawn the other 1. That's the picture. Now, a coach is looking at statistics, all right? And then preparing the game to say, if we have been scored so many goals, that means we are lacking. And as I say, there is a theory among coaches that when you want to win the league, a marathon, you win by not conceding goals. You can go throughout history. That's how Lusitano, remember Lusitano, the team that was beating other teams 13-0 and 12-0. They wouldn't concede a lot. Highlands Park, they won the league because they were not conceding a lot. Sundowns in the race. All right? So that's the theory. The team that defends well, they end up winning the league. But at the same time, you need the balance. You need the team that scores. Yes, I hear you guys say Pirates don't have an out and out striker. But I said football in general, teams don't have strikers anymore. You go to Real Madrid, yes, Benzema is number 9, but you know Benzema will always come in to go and collect the ball. He's all over the show. It's not a right number 9 like your Congo Malibane, Tornado Nzibande, you know, all those players who were strikers, Shane McGregor, you know, strikers. Samora Kulu, I'm not sure whether he's still alive. And then Samora Kulu, those went out, your Waga Waga Dikwebe, those went out and out strikers. So now football has improved. Now they score with wingers, they score with midfielders. So I don't think that should deter Pirates that no, they don't have strikers. Even Kaizer Chiefs now, who's an out and out striker except Djokovic? And I don't know whether Djokovic is still fit now, because I remember he was struggling with injury. He's fit now. I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure about Djokovic. So yeah, I can't tell that.
So we'll see. Jackie had a good statistics in terms of since the derby started, he was going to give us the details, how many games were won by who, and all those details. Unfortunately, you know, guys, we have load shedding these days. So he's struggling with network. I just communicated with him. He said the network is failing him. So as a result, he does not have network. So that is why things are not well. Guys, Chiefs, I hope you win, guys. I know that you are worried. Orlando Pirates, I also hope you win. But you know, like Tshepang has said, we want the team, any team to win. Unlike draws, you know, draws are not encouraging.
Yeah.
But a win,
very true.
A win makes people to have something to talk about. But if it's a draw, there's nothing to talk about. You know? So I just wish anyone can win. And good luck to the best team. I don't know whether, guys, you want to add before I move on to overseas. Tshepang, I don't know whether you can give us the fixture for the English League and the fixture for Italian, just fixtures. Then we'll go to La Liga, also give us fixtures if we can have. And then we'll do the Messi special. Do you have the fixtures for that?
No, I don't have them. Jackie had them, so
Now that's fine. If you don't have them, unfortunately, we had this problem of network. We know we are crossing fingers that one day we won't have load shedding in our country, because this load shedding really cost us a lot. I don't know whether, guys, you are aware that we are told that electricity is going to increase. And when the electricity increases, I've just heard from the rumors, this is not a fact. Snowball effect, because everything is going to increase. Everything is affected by electricity. So we just hope that we'll win as far as that is concerned. Guys, let's go to international. Let's go to Barcelona. You know, all of us, Tshepang, myself, we're wishing that Laporta can win, could win, and fortunately enough, he won. But like I said, as I was analyzing the other time, it boils down to message. Laporta's message was clear. And then the other two candidates, they were not clear enough. So once they're not clear, you are sending an ambiguous message to the electorate. Whether it's politics, business, or anything, people want a clear message. Laporta was clear in his message. Now, his main message, because when you are looking at elections, you are hoping to be elected by people who have ideas, people who have different background, people who have different knowledge. Now you bank on their emotions. You want to win their emotion or their hearts. And how do you do that to win the people's hearts? You touch on what they like. I'm not saying you should go out there and be a politician who lies and say, I'll touch on the people what they like and not do what you are supposed to do. No. When you want to win elections, the message must be clear, one. Secondly, you must touch what affects the people at that particular moment. Now, all these other candidates, they failed to do that. All right? Now, Laporta was clear. Laporta was aware that Barcelona fans, they love Messi. They love Messi. Because they love Messi, they will do anything, to anyone who comes up with a clear message that I'm going to give you Messi. And that was Laporta. Laporta was clear right from the beginning and said, guys, I'm going to give you Messi. And that's what the what you call the electorate wants. And then you look at his campaign. Throughout his campaign was very clear. Guys, I'm going to give you Messi. He has been saying that through and through. And just watch the killer. This was a killer. On the day of elections, his noise was still on that one. Then he said, tonight, once I've been confirmed, I'm going to phone Messi tonight. I don't know whether you understand me, guys. And what happened on that day? Messi, together with his son, they went to the voting booth. All right? And that on its own, even the doubting Thomases, they heard the guy was saying, of course, they'll vote for that guy. Now you've got Font. Font was saying, of course, the team cannot survive without Messi, but this is my message. Yes, people are complaining, they say it takes too much of the money from the team, but he balances it. And then he said, but they must also remember, even there he was not clear enough. You must also remember that he contributes a lot. And Laporte, when people start saying that, he came out clear. He said, of course, you guys are saying Messi is taking too much money from our budget. You forget. You say the lot of money that has been brought, it came through Messi. Now, in other words, the guy continued to hammer on his message. That's what electorate wants. That is why he won with a landslide. It was not a marginal win. He won clearly. And on the basis of that, his confidence is high. All right? People have confidence in me. So no one is going to argue with me because it's not a slight win. It's a decisive win. So that's one thing that people should learn. And then I go further. Immediately after elections, this is what Laporta did. He phoned Messi's father. He did exactly what he was talking about. So this is what electorate want. Then remember when he was elected, they were going to play PSG. He went with the team there. He said, we are what people want. And guess what? He nearly could not succeed to be the president because in Barcelona, for you to be a president, you must deposit a certain amount of money. He was expected to deposit 125 million pounds as a guarantee. So one of his major sponsors, who was going to contribute 70 million pounds of that money, decided to withdraw at the last minute. But fortunately enough, he managed to raise it. And this guy pulled off just on Tuesday, when he was supposed to be, I think on Monday, when he was supposed to be inaugurated on Tuesday. Then he said, no, we'll work out a plan. So on Wednesday, and then he was now inaugurated. And then look what happened in inauguration. He invited all key players. So now to make sure that he's always followed by everybody. PK was there, who was enemy number one for Bartomeu. Messi was there. These were enemies for Bartomeu. He invited all these guys. All right? So that is the message. And in that inauguration speech, he continued to say, Messi, we know that you want to leave, but I love you, and Barcelona love you. So it's all about the message, all right? So I'm just giving you how it unfolded. Hence, he won. And I hope Ford and the other guy can learn from there. That not as easy as that, your message is very important. So I want to hear your comments on what I've just said, guys.
Yes, Mr. Shabalala. You know, what you're saying that at Laporta's inaugural, when I actually watched it, I saw it. I was very surprised. He was even laughing. Even Messi himself was actually laughing. You know, when he said that he doesn't want Messi to leave and he loves him so much, and the Barcelona family loves him so much, and you'll be happy to see him being at the club. And everything that they're doing it for him. So seeing Messi there, I just had this feeling that for him to witness such love from a president himself, that should tell you a lot. That should say a lot. As a player, that where will he get this love if he leave, or will he get it anywhere else? So it's a clear sign that Laporte will be there for him, will be backing him 100% in anything that he needs to do, on anything that he wants. So that was very, very beautiful, and I think that's a sign that personally I feel that this is a start. This is the beginning of a new journey, and I don't see Messi leaving that team. I think he will be one of the reasons that Barcelona is starting to rebuild around him, not without him, but around him.
Now, while you're still there, it was not only Laporta who was saying that. Xavi, on the day when Messi matched his record, he organized a video of other players celebrating Messi's celebration and scoring goals. All those things, they contribute to try to convince him to stay with them. And everybody says the final decision rests with Messi, right? But what you are seeing now tells you that he's going to stay. There are rumors that Laporta said he is going to cut his salary. That's the proposal that he has on the table, by only 30%. All right? And then there's also a rumor that once the fans are coming back, he's going to cut his salary by 30%, but he's going to guarantee him that he's going to be with Barcelona for life. He's going to be an ambassador for the team and continue to earn for life. We'll see what's going to unfold. All right? And there's also a rumor that Messi might even sign the extension of the contract by the 5th of April. He's not even going to wait for end of the season. So that's the story. And apparently, Laporta, to meet, to make sure that they love Messi, they've already agreed with Aguero that Aguero is coming over. Because he wants to make sure that Messi is surrounded by the love. Remember when we were speaking with Professor Matebula, he said the turnaround for Pitso Musiman is when the fans wanted Pitso to leave. Then Dr. Motsepe said, if you want the coach to leave, I'm going to take the coach with the team and I'm going to take it away from Mamelodi. Wherever Pitso is going, I'm going. It was a clear message to the fans and the players. Remember, when the players, they don't like a coach, they will always try to play to sabotage a coach. Then he said, some Sundowns players, immediately after that, they realized, even if we can do anything, this guy is not winning. All right? So it's very important. It's very important for a president of the team to show leadership. And like I has said, because there was instability in terms of whether Kuma leave or not. He said, so far so good with Kuma. I'm not talking to any coach. So far so good. I'm going to back Kuman, and the whole board is going to back Kuman, depending on his performance. But that's leadership. That's leadership. I thought Jackie's coming in. I can see that he's in. Jackie, even if probably you're struggling with the camera, will allow you probably to give us a statistic of the derby without the camera. Are you back now? Jackie? I'm sure there's still a problem. Spha, Ufunutin, what's your comment?
No, I'm good. I wish I can comment on like the overseas football. I'm a Barcelona fan, but I don't know deep information about it.
You don't follow much, eh?
I don't follow much. No.
All right, Maki, are you there?
Yes, Maki.
Do you want to comment about what we have just spoken about? The elections?
I know so far, Maki, I can't comment on that because I don't like follow
overseas team.
No, yes.
No problem. Guys, in the absence of that, I'll definitely move to the Messi special. Guys, I want to show you these statistics. I hope you see them. Can you see them?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Now, these statistics, these are the goals that have been scored by Messi against the big teams in Champions League over a period of 10 years. All right. Now, I give you the statistics for one simple reason. There is a whole lot of this argument. Messi should go to, what's this? To go to other league and prove himself. Look, 2011-2012 season against Chelsea, 14 goals. 12-13 season, Bayern Munich, 8 goals. Atletico, 13-14, 8 goals. In Champions League, I'm not talking even about the league. All right? Campion, 14 and 15 season, 10 goals. Atletico, again, 2015-2016, 6 goals. Juventus, 2016-17, 8 goals. Roma, 2017-2018, 8 goals. Liverpool, another English team, 2018-2019, 12 goals. Bayern Munich again, 2019-2020, 3 goals. Now, this proves how lethal this guy is over a period of 10 years. PSG, 2020 to 2021, 5 goals. That's Lionel Messi for you. Now, I want to hear those people continue to say, Ronald is a good player, make no mistake. But this guy has surpassed everybody. And I want people when they must come with statistics. So what do you want to say, guys?
Yeah, these stats are very, very impressive. Very, very impressive, Mr. Shabalala. For a player that's not even going to compete in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, but he still holds such records year after year within the past 10 years. So, and he still has the legs to still go. I think this is just a wake up call for certain players. When they try, when they try to be compared to Messi, I think they should start revisiting the notes and going back to the drawing board, because this man has done wonderful stuff, wonderful things, and just by playing for one team, but he has managed to do so much damage within other teams as well. So hence, I still say even now, remember even my past statement last week, he doesn't need to play for any other team in the world, because he still has he still holds the most records within scoring against foreign teams outside Barcelona. So this says a lot. This still proves a lot that he's still a top player.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hear a lot of people saying he hasn't played in Italy, but as you can see, the numbers don't lie. And I've got stats around the issue of man of the match. No, not man of the match, man of the month, player of the month. He's leading with player of the month in the entire top 5 European leagues. He's leading with man of the match in entire top 5 European league. Now, the question comes, when they select a Ballon d'Or, the best player in the world, what are they using? Yes, I know the coaches and the captains are the ones who vote, but the numbers tell us something else. Somebody said, it's those are the rumors, that in actual fact, Messi should have won 10 Ballon d'Ors by now. Because Ballon d'Or is an individual performance, it's not the team's performance. As I speak now, who do you think who's leading in terms of the Ballon d'Ors? If we are to talk about the Ballon d'Or now. And the Barcelona started very weak, and Messi was very not stable, not happy, but he's leading with goals in La Liga. Man of the match in top 5 European League, and man of the month, is leading. What criteria do they use to say this is the guy who deserves the Ballon d'Or? Let's use numbers, because numbers don't lie. That's my. And guess what? I'm not saying Ronaldo is not a top player. He is a top player. But unfortunately, when you come up with that argument, give me the numbers. Okay, I'm going to share with you Messi's license. This is it, when they signed it. It was signed on the 6th of March 2021 at La Masia. When he got this license, he had already played 1 game for La Masia. In other words, he played 1 game without a license. When he got the license, he had already played 1 game. So these are the records. That's Lionel Messi. Guys, it was nice. Unless you want to comment. Every night we'll always give you the Messi special. Because I always argue and say, you know what? Don't miss the opportunity. We don't want 10 years, 15 years to come and say, hey, there was this player. But we never celebrated him while he was still alive. We need to celebrate the guy while he was still alive. There is also another rumor. I don't know how true it is. It's a rumor that 3 of the 4 Ballon d'Ors that were won by Ronaldo, Perez bought them. including the one that was won by Modric. That's a rumor. They say, remember I said it's a rumor. They say all those titles were deservedly supposed to be given to Lionel Messi. That's how genius the guy is. He's the genius. The genius. Guys, I'll always bombard you with this Messi special. Unfortunately, if you don't like this, it's a bad news. And I'll give you the numbers. I'll give you the numbers all the time. Of course, I've already declared that I love the player, but I'll go to facts. There's no doubt about it. I love the player, but I'll give you the facts. So if you come with Ronaldo, no problem. Ronaldo is a big player. For me, Ronaldo is the best player if you take Messi out of the picture. I saw one lady, a lady for that matter, I think in Spain. He was saying, guys, why continue to compare Messi with Ronaldo? This guy should not be compared with anybody. Messi can be compared, Ronaldo can be compared with other players, and he's the best among those players. And look, one day I'll also give you the comments from players. Surprise, surprise, Lewandowski this week was confessing that, Messi is in his own class. When Neymar was leaving Barcelona to go to PSG, and then he said, no, I don't want to play under the shadow of Messi. And Thierry Henry said to him, you know what, if you don't want to play under the shadow of Messi, just retire from football and come back after he retires. Because wherever you are, he'll dominate you, even there. So, and these are other players, even coaches. The other observation that I've made, people who will go, it's either coaches or players who will go with Ronaldo are those who played with him, and largely from England. But I see these days, even those who are in England now. Remember Van Dijk, the last Ballon d'Or? He said, guys, why are you putting me here? Messi is the winner. Now, these are the players, all right? Okay, guys, we won't stop when we talk about this subject. Thank you for coming. Mr. Mpyana, it was nice having you. I really appreciate, and continue to watch the show and continue to give us those comments. Spha, Kosi for life. Spha.
No, thanks very much.
Yeah, Paga Juju, I missed you guys. You're supposed to be here and tell us what's your take. Mr. Mpyana, you wanted to say goodbyes to the viewers.
No, thanks very much, Ndati Chabalala. It was a very wonderful show, and the viewers at home for taking their opportunity to watch this show. So we hope they will watch again. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Mr. Mpyana. Spha?
Right. Thank you very much for having me. And we can only hope tomorrow. We can only hope we win.
No,
Yeah.
you win.
Thank you.
Be confident. You win. Be confident. Yeah? You don't say that. When you are going to the war. I was telling you about Laporta. Laporta was confident, I'm going to win, and I'm going to bring Messi back. You see. Last born, you just did the disappearing act. Last born?
No, I'm here, Mr. Chavala. No, thank you very much. It was very an interesting show. A lot of knowledge as always. We hope that our fellow supporters enjoyed the show, and our viewers out there. We apologize also for the technical difficulties that we've been experiencing. We are really going through a hard time at the moment with the load shedding. So networks are a bit of a problem, but we try our best to make the show as much exciting as possible. And yes, all the best on the Soweto Derby within the two teams. We just hope for one result, that one team wins the Soweto Derby. And yes, we look forward to the derby. And thank you very much again.
Which team is going to win?
I hope Kaizer Chiefs wins. But yeah.
They are cowards. They are all by themselves, but they cannot say we are going to win. Okay, good night, guys.
Thank you, Ndati Chabalala. Thanks very much.